What is going on, guys? Mayans season 4, episode 3. Did Hulu make a boo-boo? Because I was able to watch this on Hulu on a Tuesday morning over here, and usually I have to wait till midnight or the next day to watch the newest episodes of Mayans. We do know, I know new episodes come on Tuesdays. If you have cable, they usually run around like what, 6, 7, but I don't have cable. Usually I have to wait till midnight. So they dropped the episode already. And I don't know if that's the new format. There was no word at all from FX that they were going to do this. So I have no idea. But I'm not going to complain because I got to watch it early. I get some memes tonight, or I get to watch Moon Knight tonight. So let's discuss. This is going to be a normal, non-spoiler review. I did say I was going to do live spoiler reviews, but if I don't have to do midnight, no live spoiler reviews. There's a simple review here, and then my next video will be a spoiler review. But let's get into it. Let's dive into this episode. What did I think of it? I would if I had to say what this episode was about, was intriguing storylines. Intriguing, or I should say, it's we're speeding up the process. Honestly, I would say this episode is like speeding up the process. It has to deal a lot with parenting, kids, going to be a parent, the loss of loved ones. This really has to deal with a lot of different kind of situation, different kind of ideas of what a parent does, what a parent just overall, the kid and family dynamic, or just in general family. So I like that in this episode. Now, I thought the episode started off a little bit slow. It was a slow paced episode in the beginning, but then there was like little beats here and there in the first kind of like 20, or I would say first 20 minutes, 15 minutes of the episode, where it was like getting interesting. And then there was a lot of big moments in this episode, which is exciting and intriguing. So this is an intriguing episode moving forward. At first I was a little bit hesitant because the beginning really felt like, are we going anywhere? I mean, it's starting to feel like maybe, because we do want to continue maybe know about, of course, the cliffhanger in the last episode. What's up with the sons? What's up with, is there still kind of a civil war brewing in there? There's a lot of high tension still in this episode. But yeah, it looks like there's a process to maybe healing those high tensions in this episode. But they actually did a fantastic job. They actually reintroduced some characters, name dropped a couple of characters. So intriguing. There was a couple moments in this episode where I didn't think we were going to get it already, but we do. And then there's there's a slow burn for a couple characters that we're not going to really get kind of answers until maybe a couple episodes down the line. But I felt like the pacing at first slow, but it started to really pick up with a lot of storylines and a lot of characters. I thought Hank had a great shine in this episode. One of the ones that stood out was Hank. Of course, Ezekiel did too. We still get that mystery. His name is JJ, coming out of prison. We do get a meet up on there. Angel has a nice little shine in this episode too, but Angel's kind of doing Angel stuff. Angel is never a character that, even when he's having a kid, he still remains the same since season 1. We do have a little scene here and there with Coco. Gilly's not in the picture. Creeper gets mentioned, but we do get, I really did think that Hank got a great shine because they really kind of bring back a story element that was last season. And I thought they would just kind of forget about it, let it go. It happened. Now we're moving on to the next season, but I'm glad they really brought that into this season. And I would call it closure, honestly. So there was a lot of great kind of, I want to say dialogue, because most of the dialogue in this episode was a lot of F drop. I was trying to count like how many F drops were in this episode. I felt like I was watching Casino or one of Joe Pesci's movies, or even just in general like Scarface. The dialogue is still a little iffy. I still think if you had, it's satisfactory. It's not that bad, but it could be a lot better, especially when if you're watching Better Call Saul season 6. You feel like this episode, the dialogue could be just a lot better, but it doesn't take away from how good the episode was. I think the episode shot wise was really great, especially some scenes with a certain character. And I think the new character, the Vovo, is gonna that is a new character on its own. That Vovo that it gets introduced into this episode. There's a shot that when that Vovo is leaving, and it's a high shot. It's from aerial shot, and I don't know. There's something about that just nice. The Volvo leaving and just kind of following, and then you see these two. It's in a parking lot. So I actually, I don't know, for some reason I really like that shot. What I was impressed with is a lot. They're doing a show not tell kind of thing in this episode, and it kind of a little bit in the season where we're really getting more scenes of characters not saying anything, but we get the gist of what's going on in their lives, and they're really showing like the acting ability of these actresses or actors. And I like that. I actually really like that. I like sometimes you don't have to tell me what, I get it. We're here, we're seeing them do their kind of like everyday lives, what their situation is. So I like that. I think a lot of show, not tell, is a lot better than telling me that Galindo died, but we're going to get to that in the spoiler review. But I still think Galindo, they don't really Galindo's not in this episode, but I really feel like the fact that he's not dead, it was just a lot of them just speculating. So I think this episode, it was you could call it a slower episode, but what I like about it is things are moving, things are going, things are happening. There's a particular storyline that the heart of the storyline in here really brings more mess and more trouble to the Santo Padre club, the charter, and now kind of honestly the whole Mayans situation, charter. There's a lot of, it's kind of crazy. We're in the season, right? And we have a lot of plot lines that lead to just absolute destruction if you think about it. And this doesn't help the fact in this episode. I don't know how they only have so many episodes. This is episode 3, so what, we have 7 episodes. I don't know how they're gonna tie like a lot of these kind of like forces coming down onto the Mayans. I don't know how they're gonna handle this, but I am intrigued with this other element that gets introduced in this episode. So the music was great. Certain character interactions I didn't expect, and I should have expected it, but I really enjoyed. I think that this season so far has been entertaining, and even though some things need to be like, this is not really believable, I will say at the end of this episode, I didn't, even though I thought it was an intriguing choice for a lot of, conflict, I still think that didn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense if it was realistically in their situation, and why is this happening right now, So I'll talk more about it in spoilers. I don't know if you can hear the background noise. I'll talk more about it in spoilers, but it was a good overall episode. I enjoyed it. If I had to rate it, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. I really like this episode. I'm glad. Maybe I like it a lot more because Hulu dropped it so early. But overall, I thought this was a very, very good episode. A really intriguing storylines go in it, weaving in and out. Shot really well as always, and the new character Manny, I'm actually really digging. I think a lot of people praising this actor joining the cast. Then I could see why, and he has this kind of like stoner buddy vibe, He's put our sage wisdom. Like I said in my cast, he's kind of like Easy in his charter. They're both Boy Scouts. Angel refers them as nerds at one point. So great stuff. Keep it up, Mayans. Hopefully, it continues. I just need consistency throughout this season. So thank you guys. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate that. Make sure you like the video so this keeps going. And then check out all my other videos out there. I'll be having more videos on not only the Mayans, but other content as well. So I'm Dan Manic and Dan's son. Go check out the episode if you haven't. It's on Hulu. as the moment that I'm recording right now. But who knows if they'll take it down if that was a big boo boo. I'm pretty sure they're just going to leave it up at this point. So if this is the case and we get episodes that early on, I'm going to be just doing the non-review and spoiler review that way. But if I still have to wait till midnight, I will do the live spoiler review. But thank you guys. I'm Dan Manic and Son. I'm out here.